Hi, today we're going to be looking at a set of identities that will allow us to switch back and forth between products, which are multiplied expressions, to sums, so additions or subtractions they could be, and vice versa. So to begin with, I want you to copy down these identities, and I will uncover all of them and then have you stop your video and copy. You can see that all of these identities, these are the product to sum. So we start out as a multiplication, we go to either an addition or a subtraction. So take just a few seconds and copy those down. Now let's see if we can use some of those identities. The product we have here, the product of the sines of two angles, a 5x and a 2x. And I'm going to call those alpha and beta since that follows what are. So alpha is the 5x angle, beta is the 2x angle. And starting with a product, we want to get that to a sum or a difference. So we're going to look for the identity that is sine, sine, and that one looks this way. It is 1/2, and I'm going to write the formula, cosine of alpha minus beta minus the cosine of alpha plus beta. Okay, well, let's just plug in what we have. Our alpha is 5x, our beta is 2x. So we're going to be 1/2 times the cosine of, and it will be 5x minus 2x minus the cosine of, and now it's the sum of the two angle measures, so 5x plus 2x. And simplifying, we are going to have 1/2 times the cosine of 3x minus the cosine of 7x. And what we've done is just convert from a multiplication expression to an addition or subtraction expression. Let's try that again. Alpha and beta, and this time we're cosine, cosine. So let's take a look at the identities. That one is also 1/2, and it starts out cosine of alpha minus beta plus the cosine of alpha plus beta and again we're going to just substitute in our values. So we're 1/2 cosine alpha minus beta, so 7x minus x, that's 6x, plus the cosine of the sum of alpha and beta, so 7x plus x, 8x. And there you have it. We've used those two identities. Let's look at next those that go in the opposite direction, sum to product formulas, so going the other way. Again, I'll uncover those for you and ask you to take a few moments and copy them down. And let's see if we can apply those. This time we want the sine, it's the sum of sines. So that's the top of these identities, and that calls for 2 times the sine of, and it's add the two angles, alpha plus beta, so 10x over 2 times the cosine of the difference between them, so 7x minus 3x, 4x over 2. And we can make our answer look a little bit more simplified by doing the arithmetic. 2 times the sine of, and 10x over 2 is 5x, times the cosine of, and it'll be 2x. And we've applied that identity. Let's try the cosine plus cosine one. Here's our alpha and beta. We have 2 times the cosine of the sum of the two, so 5x over 2 times the cosine of the difference between them, so that would be x over 2. No more simplifying there, it's just a matter of substituting in. Alright. Our last task today is verify the identity, and So what we're going to ask you to do is take the more complicated side and try and make it look like the uncomplicated side. So I'm going to write my bar here and say this side we're leaving alone. This side we get to operate on. Now this is a difference, cosine minus cosine. So let's take a look at the identity that is cosine minus cosine and just rewrite the top using that. That would be -2 times the sine of, and it is alpha plus beta. So if alpha is here, beta is here, we're talking 4x over 2 times the sine of the difference of alpha and beta, so that's 2x over 2, and that's the top of my fraction. On the bottom we have sine plus sine, and that goes this way, 2 times the sine of alpha plus beta over 2, so we are 4x over 2 again. Obviously we're going to simplify a little, and then it is cosine of the difference between them, so 2x over 2, and we can simplify a little bit there. -2 divided by 2 is -1, so I'm going to just leave the negative in front of here, and we're going to have the sine of 2x times the sine of x all over the, and again we've taken care of the 2's there, sine of 2x times the cosine of x it would be. Well, sine 2x, those things cancel out, and we're looking at negative sine over cosine. Folks, that is the opposite of the tangent, since the tangent is sine divided by cosine, and we hit the jackpot. We verified that identity. So I hope that you'll get out there and try the U-try as quickly as you can, and we'll see you in school.